Greg here with MaritimeGardening.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a maritime classic, pea soup. I've talked and written about recipes that are low on cost and sort of good value for money, that sort of thing. And this is a very classic, old-fashioned, old-world meal, and a great way to use up some leftover ham. We cooked a ham a little while ago, and you can use the ham bone to make this, but you can also just use leftover pieces of ham. And my wife's giving me grief saying, when are you going to use up that ham? So that's what I'm doing now. And I just thought I'd show you how to do this. This recipe, you need 7 or 8 cups of water. I'll talk about that. It depends on how much. Or stock from the ham bone. You need 1 onion, about a cup of chopped up carrots, half a cup of chopped up celery, 2 cups of dried split peas, the yellow kind, 2 cups of cubed ham. You can substitute like half a cup of cut up bacon, any sort of smoked pork. And of course, you can do this without the ham. This can be totally vegan if you want. You get more flavor with the bacon and the ham. But if you want to make it healthier, etc., just skip that part of it. It still works. Although, if I was going to do that, I'd add a bit more onion, maybe a little bit of garlic, maybe a little more salt, right? Anyway, so just think about that. If you're going to skip the smoked meat aspect of this, a little more salt, in my opinion anyway, and maybe a little more onion and maybe 1 garlic or something, as opposed to these. This recipe doesn't use any garlic. You want to amp up the flavor a little bit. Anyway, 2 cups of cubed ham, or like half a quarter cup of cut up bacon, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 1½ teaspoons of pepper, 1½ teaspoons of thyme, totally optional, the thyme, 3 bay leaves. Bay leaves are optional, I guess, but it's always better. Any sort of soup, it's good to have some bay leaves, right? Oh, drop one there. So let's get going here. I'm going to turn the pan on, sort of medium heat, with, like a tablespoon or so of oil. You can use butter or whatever, or if you got bacon, you cut the bacon up, throw that in there, get that going. Okay, I'm going to cube up this ham here, just real quick. This was from a picnic ham, the sort of cheapest kind of ham you can buy, I guess. And man, you get a lot out of it. Get a lot out of one of those hams. And we got like 2 ham dinners, ham sandwiches, ham with breakfast. I made brown beans with the ham bone and some of the ham, baked beans with molasses, that sort of thing. And now we're doing the pea soup. So, and ham is a fairly, like as the price of meat goes up. I'm not saying ham's good for you. It's not particularly, probably not one of the better ones, I guess. But once in a while, I mean, man, I love ham. I love ham. But you can probably do this like twice a year, sort of thing. I do it more if I was younger, maybe, because it's just so inexpensive a meat. I've always liked it. It doesn't take long to cut that up, right? And we just get that in the pan and get it going. A lot of cooking shows, they have everything already pre-cut and pre-done. And I like to do it on camera just to show people that, with little knife skills, it really is not, doesn't take a lot of time to prep food. All right, so there's our ham cut up. That's about 2 cups. It doesn't have to be exactly 2 cups. That doesn't matter. All right. All right, so we'll get that. Get that going. Now, my split peas, I put these into soak about 2 hours ago. I put them in this bowl, 2 cups of dried split peas. I poured boiling water. You almost want 2 or 3 times the volume. I poured boiling water over them. You can just use cold water if you're setting them overnight. If you want them to soak up the water quickly, you pour boiling water over them. That was about 2 hours ago. The amount of water for this recipe, if you're putting dried split peas in right into the soup, then you certainly need 8 cups of water, maybe more, depends on the peas. If you've already soaked them like this, 7 cups might work, right? Some of these things you just have to go by feel. All right, so we got our ham sizzling on the stovetop there. Now we'll get onion going here. No big deal to dice up an onion. Nothing could be quicker, right? A few cuts along the length of the onion, then cuts along the side. All right, that's it. There's the onion. Throw the onion in there. I'm also going to add my salt and pepper right now. Salt will start sweating out the moisture from the onions, help them fry up and brown up a little bit. So I'm just going to measure roughly. Recipe calls for 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I just used a heaping teaspoon, which is roughly 1.5 teaspoons. I'll do the same thing with the pepper. When it's close to being done, you put like a tablespoon of it in a bowl and you taste it. If it tastes like it needs a little bit more salt, you put like 1/2 teaspoon in, stir it around, wait 10 minutes, try it again, right? Until you get it the way you want it. Just move that around a little bit. Turn the heat down. I got the heat just above medium heat. Now I'm going to prep these carrots. Right. We're going to dice these up nice and small. You don't want big chunks of carrots. And you can use a food processor to grate them, but in my opinion that makes a weird texture that, I don't know. You can do it, but for the time it takes you to get the food processor out and muck around with all that, I think you can dice them up pretty quick by hand. Right, you just cut them lengthwise like that. Put them on their flats. Lengthwise again. Right, and just line them up. Cut them nice and thin. Now I'm going about less than 1/4 inch here, right? Less than 1 centimeter. Right, there's one carrot diced right there. Okay, I'm going to do this other one. Cut the ends off. Cut it in half so it's manageable. Lengthwise. Lengthwise again. So we're getting into sort of like a 1 centimeter diameter, I guess. Then cutting them nice and thin. Everything's going to sort of break down and become mushy as the pea soup cooks. But this helps move things along. This one's kind of thick. So I'm actually going to cut it into 3 lengthwise pieces before dicing. If this looks easy and I'm making it look really fast, it's because I've practiced learning how to use a chef's knife, and I keep my knife sharp. This is not a $200 knife. This is like a $40 knife. You don't need to have expensive gear to be effective in a kitchen. You just need to know how to use it. I'm going to put these bay leaves in there before I forget. This recipe calls for celery, about a half a cup of celery. I don't have any celery, so I'm just going to use a teaspoon of celery seed. It's not the same thing, but it's better than nothing sort of thing, right? If you don't have any celery or celery seed, don't worry about it. It'll still be great soup, okay? Now I'm going to put like a heaping teaspoon of thyme in there. I grow thyme in my garden, so I got thyme. If you don't have any thyme, don't worry about it. Just don't use it. You'll be fine. All right, so there's the carrots in there. Now we've done everything we need to do, basically, to make the soup. The only thing to do now is to add the peas and add some water and then just simmer it. So you can turn that up and brown everything and try to work out like the more you brown the onions in the fat that's coming out of the ham, you get a better flavor. We've got a bit of browning going on already because we've got this on high heat and we're simmering. But I'm just going to simmer it for another minute or two, and then I'll add everything else just for flavor. You could, at this point of putting this together, you can put everything in, add the water, and get it simmering. But I'm just going to saute a little bit more to try to brown the onions a little bit and just, build that flavor that makes a good soup. So I'll just see you in a couple minutes. All right, so I've got everything well sauteed here. I'm going to add my water. I got 7 cups of water here. So many recipes they tell you to add stock. I mean, stock's great, but I don't know why on all cooking shows they do this. You can make a lot of soup without having to buy store-bought stock. I mean, we've got 2 cups of ham in here. That's a lot of flavor. And there's the vegan version of this is just no ham, just water, right? So you do not need stock. There's enough stuff going on here. If you were going to do a vegan version of this, maybe you'd add a potato, maybe add a little bit more carrot, maybe add a little bit more celery, a little bit more salt, that sort of thing. Because the ham has a lot of salt in it, right? So it's adding, I've got 1.5 teaspoons of salt here. But if there's no ham, you could probably get away with 2 teaspoons of salt, right? And maybe even 2 teaspoons of pepper. All right, and anyway, so I got that all in there. Again, I'm using 7 cups of water because I soaked my split peas. If I didn't soak these, I'd use more like 8 cups of water. In terms of time, I would allow I don't want to say 2 hours, but sometimes it really depends on the split peas, right? So I would allow 3 hours for making this with the soaked split peas. It might come off quicker, but I would allow that, right? Don't start, if you want to have supper at 6, don't start at 4, right? Start at lunchtime sort of thing for me. But yeah, if you've got the soaked split peas, I would allow 3 hours. And if they're not soaked split peas, I'd allow like 4 or 5 hours, or maybe just commit to, eating it the next day, right? It takes more time if you don't soak the peas. And the longer you soak the peas, the better it is. But yeah, I got the makings of a good soup here. All that remains now is to bring this to a boil and then level it off to a nice simmer. Simmer with the lid on, okay? When you're simmering this, you want to find the temperature on your dial that keeps it simmering but doesn't boil it, right? So you want it, just a very light simmer. And because when you're cooking split peas, it can burn on. It's amazing, a pot with this much water and you can get black burned stuff on the bottom, right? It's just because there's particles of stuff that's settled out at the bottom, and for whatever reason, it's able to burn on, even though you've got lots of water. So when you're making pea soup, you got to stir it. Not constantly, but you're managing your temperature, you're figuring out what temperature maintains a simmer with the lid on. On mine goes from 0 to 9, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I find around the 2 setting is about right for a simmer. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 2, depending on the burner, right? I guess this is all probably different for propane or whatever. Once I give it a simmer, every 15, 20 minutes you take the lid off and you give it a stir and just make sure, and you feel along the bottom, make sure nothing's sticking on. If, for whatever reason, like you get busy, you get into a conversation, you get distracted, you start watching TV or whatever, you notice, you can feel that there's a bit of a, you got a metal utensil like this and you slide it along the bottom and you can feel it, it's not smooth, that something's stuck on. You just got to use something like this and just keep stirring and scraping the bottom of the pot gently until you feel it let go, right? If you don't get rid of that stuff that's stuck in the bottom of the pan or pot, it will continue to accumulate stuff like that and it will burn on and stick on. So if you feel like you've got anything stuck in the bottom, you just take something like this, some sort of flipper with a straight edge, and just move it around. You can do the same thing with a spoon, but it's just better when you have something like this because you can scrape, just lightly scrape until you feel like you've loosened it. All right? But yeah, once this comes to a boil, we lower the heat and simmer and simmer and simmer and simmer for about 3 hours, and even more if it's you're using dried beans. Okay, so we'll see you when that's all done. All right, so it's a few hours later. The pea soup is perfectly cooked. I'll show you what we got here. Let me just bring up close here. All right, so we got this just a really nice, homey, right? Lots of different bits and pieces of things in it. Pea soup. Again, I could have diced up a potato and added it as well. I just didn't bother because I was trying to do this in as fast as possible, right? That's what we got. Lovely pea soup. All right, little taste test here. See what we got. Oh man, I love pea soup. It's such a simple, homey pleasure. It's something I had growing up all the time. It's not the fanciest thing in the world, but for me, it's just so, it's comfort food, right? It's old, homey, rustic comfort food, and it does not break the bank, right? You can, if you're really on hard times, you can make this without even using the ham sort of thing, just the split peas. Split peas are not expensive. And I mean, we just used 2 dried cups of peas and we got like 8 cups of soup over there. We got a lot of soup. So we got, about 2 meals for a family of 4, unless you got some really big eaters. Then you've got like 1 meal and a couple, 1 meal for 4 and lunch for 2 sort of thing. Or 2 meals for a family of 4 if people are not ridiculously big eaters. Of course, you can stretch this out by adding a salad on the side, or having some nice bread on the side, or biscuits, or whatever. We usually have it with biscuits and a salad just to balance things out. But anyway, that's it. Pea soup, really great meal. Doesn't cost a lot. Easy to make. And I mean, I just made the stovetop here, so you got to stir it every 20 minutes or so. It's something you got to do around. There's devices you can buy. These various set it and forget it type pots you can have on the countertop. Or if you want to make it really simple on yourself, do everything I did, bring it to a boil, and then stick it in the oven. Put the oven on like 325 and just leave it for a few hours. That should be enough. If it's in the oven, you don't got to keep stirring it, right? On the stovetop, the burner is really hot, so it has to be stirred. But in the oven, if you want to set it and forget it, just put the thing in the oven about 325 for 3 hours, 3-4 hours, really 2 hours. It really depends, okay? And check it after 2 hours. Check it after, if it's not ready, give it another half an hour. If it's not ready, give it another half an hour. It should be ready somewhere between 2 and 3 hours. Unless you put dry beans in, then it's going to take longer, all right? So I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. And until next time, have fun in your garden, have fun in your kitchen. Thanks for watching.